Hey guys, what is up? It is Cameron, and today I'm going to be going over all the costs associated with LS swapping both of my vehicles. Now, keep in mind, I don't have both of them anymore. I only have one, that being the 2004 BMW M3, but I will be going over the costs associated with my 2000 BMW 323i as well. And if you guys are new viewers out there, maybe this is your first time stopping by, I do invite you guys to check out other videos in the playlist as well as subscribe if you like what you see. Without further ado, let's get right into today's video. Okay, we're going to go back about a year and a half ago when I bought my 2000 BMW 323i. I spent $1,600 on that car before I transported it. Transport cost $66 for the trailer and another $30 in gas, which was a killer deal. After determining that that car was not going to be able to be rebuilt because the engine was knocking and there was just too many problems to list outside of the Dyson valve not fitting and seals bad and heads had lifted, I then decided to transport it back to Kyle, Texas, where it would spend the rest of its days before I got the M3. That being said, I spent $190 to transport it. And then on my 21st birthday in 2019, I spent $1,600 building a LM7. In November 2019, I also bought a 6L90E. I spent $450 on that, and then around another $200 for refreshing that. So new seals, new filters, new fluid. Clutch packs are still good, so we left those alone. And I actually got a 6AN adapter fitting for the trans-cooler lines. I then bought a trans-cooler for around $70, which I didn't actually end up needing because this year I ended up buying a manual transmission, but we'll get to that. That was pretty much all the money I did spend on the 323i. I did have it sitting for quite a few months. COVID season hit, I went back home to Seattle. There was just not a lot of progress on the build. So I pretty much just ditched that platform in April of 2020, and I then took delivery of the M3, I believe May, and I've been working on the M3 ever since. So getting to the M3, for my 2004 BMW M3, I spent $3,600, I believe, $3,400, and $3,400 for the car with the engine, the transmission, and the drive shaft. I did actually end up buying the car for $2,700 as a roller, but then at the last minute I decided I wanted to spend another $700 for the drive shaft, engine, and transmission, which brought the grand total of the car to $3,400. Now keep in mind I didn't get the stock seats that came with the car, so that was an added expense at a later time. Transporting the car cost another $66 for the trailer and then $500 to transport it, which sucked. So after that, I hit a gutter, ran over a gutter, so I had to pay $400 to replace that gutter, which was an unexpected cost. The following month, I bought a LY6. That was $1,230, and then I had to pay $20 just to move it from the trailer to the shop's driveway, which was an unnecessary expense, but it is what I had to spend. I then ended up selling the engine itself for $1,600, so I kind of made my money back there. We can pretty much just ignore that expense or subtract $400 from the overall cost of the build. After getting the M3 here, we pulled the engine, we pulled the radiator, pulled the transmission harness, as well as the stock wheels and tires. I sold the wheels and tires for $600, and then I sold the engine and transmission with the harness for $1,000. So you go ahead and take $1,600 off of the total cost of the build thus far. Additionally, I did end up deciding that I wanted to go with a manual transmission. So I bought a brand new CD009, or the aftermarket version of the CD00 Alpha A, for $2,300 from Z1 Motorsports. That came, shipped to the door. There was no methods. That was pretty cool. I did buy wheels and tires. I bought the wheels at a discounted price of $880 from ESR Wheels. They gave me a discount as long as I shouted out their wheel in a video, so I did end up doing that. And I did pay full price for my tires. I paid $680. I got myself some FK510s from Falcon, the Zenny FK510 specifically. For brakes, I went with some Stop Tech brakes. I know I keep saying Brake Tech, but they're 100% Stop Tech brakes. Spent around $300 on those. I did get those at quite a discounted price, so I can't complain. They are drilled with slotted rotors with carbon ceramic pads, so that was pretty cool. I bought some Braun racing seats. Those, I believe, were $700, and then I ended up buying some reinforcements for the brackets, as well as the brackets for another $145. I decided that I wanted coilovers, so I went with some VR Racing DS series coilovers. I did get custom spring rates, and that sent me back $1,250 shipped, so that was a pretty good deal. I did actually end up buying the extenders for the coilovers, which was like another $39 or $40, potentially more. Don't quote me on that. Let's see. I ended up buying an intake, and so for my intake with throttle body and fuel injectors, I spent $862. And that pretty much brings us to present day. I'm about to, in a few days, buy a G-Force adapter plate, and that is going to cost me around $900, and then we're going to take away a little bit of a discount because this is the third time I'm having to order this adapter plate. They keep back ordering their products, and so every time they back order it, it changes when I actually get to receive the product, which is kind of crappy, but it is what it is. You know, I'm being persevering, having perseverance rather, and trying to push forward as far as that's concerned. I am going to be picking up a Stage 5 clutch from Spec Clutches, and that's going to set me back $638 shipped. I am also buying a Holley Terminator X harness with the ECU. That's a $1,174 shipped, as well as a Holley dash kit, because I actually ended up selling my gauge cluster with the old engine transmission harness. That's going to set me back $700. And on top of that, I do have to buy a cover for where the gauge cluster used to be. That's $75. Oh, I did end up buying harnesses. Those were $60, but then they never showed up, so that was great. Tried to reach out to the company, and they pretty much told me to go find another set of harnesses. So I paid $60 for no reason. I did buy a steering kit for the car. Now that includes some end links and some lube and some steering shaft gaskets, if you will. That was, I believe, $40 for $54, and then I bought the wrong one, so I'm actually gonna have to buy another one for another $54, and then try to sell the one that I bought. Let's see. I bought a accelerator pedal because I had to sell my outgoing accelerator pedal with the engine transmission harness gauge cluster. I bought that for, I believe, $60 shipped, and I ended up buying a clutch line for, I believe, $40 from Garage Logistics. That was, yeah, like I said, $40 shipped. So there's a lot of costs associated with the build. I'm actually going to be, when I'm editing the video, I'm going to be adding up all the cost and dropping that right here. That's a lot of money spent. Not that much farther along to go. I think maybe mid-November I'll have the car pretty much wrapped up. I will have to go spend around $400 for a drive shaft, but that's not a lot of money considering everything we've spent thus far. could, and pretty much cover all the costs associated with this build. And hopefully you guys don't make the same mistakes that I've made. If you're going to start an LS swap, I would recommend, if you're going to be LS swapping a BMW, to start with an M car, as they do already come with a limited slip differential. The reason being is because limited slip differential, both the wheels spin to catch traction, whereas an open slip differential, one wheel spins faster than the other to catch traction. So if you guys are going to be putting a lot of power into a car, get a limited slip differential, or start with a car that already comes with one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I haven't really been uploading much. I did take a trip to Seattle about a month ago. That Miata video was actually filmed over in Washington with my new GoPro Hero 8 Black edition. So yeah, now they just came out with the 9, so I'll probably be trying to get myself a Hero 9 Black edition. Just depends on what the specs are, if the Hero Black 8 isn't holding up anymore. But yeah, cool. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a good day / night, wherever you may find yourselves. And yeah, cool beans. Peace.